Welcome to News Today with R.A. Wilson and Bree Wynn. Good morning, World Nation!
And happy Thursday.
It's January 28, 2016, and we're getting into some dangerous stuff. Hurricanes, typhoons, and some BA plane crashes. Probably shouldn't say that. Okay. There's some. All right. So let's get started with today's news reports. A record 22 hurricanes and typhoons have reached Category 4 or 5 strength in the Northern Hemisphere this year. 22. A record was broken on October 17th when Kopu became the 19th storm to reach the intensity prior to slamming into the Philippines as a super typhoon. Since then, Super Typhoon Champy, Hurricane Olaf, who likes warm hugs, and Hurricane Patricia added to the total. The old record for the Northern Hemisphere was 18 set in 2004, but according to Dr. Phil Klotzball, the Colorado State University and blogger for Who Cares, perspective an average of 12.5 Category 4 and 5 storms have been recorded during 1990 to the 2015 period. Category 4 and 5 hurricanes are equivalent typhoons are two of the most extreme classifications and the hurricane wind scale. Most typhoons and hurricanes in 2015 have maxed out at Category 4 and 5 strength and have been in the western, central, and eastern Pacific basins. Hurricane Jacqueline is the only Atlantic hurricane to reach Category 4 intensity this season. Only one. Sounds a little Frenchy to me. This is different than 2004, which had 4 hurricanes. 4 hurricanes.
Stop talking about yourself.
Charlie, Francis, Ivan, and Carl contributed to the...
Horse.
That is a question that we should ask. Why do they name them boy names?
Because hurricanes are female names, I think. Katrina,
Patricia.
Sandy.
This is gender roles that I just don't understand.
It's because we're disasters. And we're
Well,
emotional.
Anyway, the hemisphere, recorded 18 Category 4 and 5 storms in the calendar that year. El Nino is likely to be playing a role in this very effective Pacific, and we've seen this year, partially by reducing the amount of wind shear in the central eastern Pacific. The Pacific tropical cavities can also be contributed to the impressively warm ocean water that we've seen. Nice. All right. Now we have Bree Wynn and other news. To you, Bree.
Plane crashes. On March 5th, 2015, Delta Airlines MD-88 N909DL and flight DL1086, New York City, New York. The aircraft was on a scheduled domestic flight between Atlanta and New York's airport and had a landing excursion that led to an emergency evacuation. The aircraft landed on runway 13 and departed to the left side of the runway, coming to rest on a dike.
This is serious matters, man.
That separated the stop looking at me. That separated the runway area from the waters of Flushing Bay. At the time of the event, it had been snowing with freezing fog conditions and blowing freezing temperatures. The aircraft was also affected by both a crosswind and a tailwind during the landing. An A319 had proceeded to Delta Jet had reported good braking action on runway 13. None of the 125 passengers or 5 crew members were seriously injured.
That's a bummer. I was really hoping I'd see some deaths.
Okay, I'll do the next one.
Go for it.
Another one on March 5th, 2015, Ryan ST-319 ST-3KR recruit, Santa Monica, California. Ford was the pilot and sole occupant of a Ryan ST-3KR recruit, a two-seat, open-cockpit aircraft that was used extensively as training aircraft by the U.S. military in World War II. According to preliminary report from the NTSB, Ford reported loss of engine power shortly after taking from the Santa Monica airport and was attempting to return to runway 3 at Santa Monica. Ford chose to land on a nearby golf course, clipping the top of a tree before landing. The aircraft was seriously damaged, and Ford was hospitalized with serious injuries. This was Harrison Ford's third crash involving an airplane or a helicopter. He fucking sucks at driving. Or flying. Sorry, thank you.
Well, in other news, let's go to weather. You can get up with the tablet. The weather report.
Today, high of 39 and a low of 23 and cloudy. Friday, a high of 34 and a low of 28. Cloudy. Saturday, a high of 47 and a low of 36. Still freaking cloudy. Sunday, high of 52, low of 42. Rainy.
Bring out your swimsuits.
Well, it's a little cool for that now. Monday, 46 degrees is the high, 38 is the low, and it is still raining. So let's go swimming.
Whoop, whoop. This has been News Today with Ari Wilson
And Bree Wynn.
coming at ya.